The halfway stage of the Moto3 World Championship in 2025 brings us to the Sachsenring in Germany. It's a dry race after a wet morning, the sun just burning away the excess water. We're in, hopefully, for a dry, fast race at one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. Let's check in with our commentary team and get down to the world feed and join Susie Perry down on the grid.
As you sit there and there's no one in front of you, there's no one disturbing you, it's all about you and the lights. So then, like, whenever you're further back, even if you're qualified third, in your peripheral you can see the guy who's qualified second or third, and that can be disturbing. So, not stating the obvious, but I used to love qualifying on pole position. It was the best feeling ever. And what I love about pole, if you got a bad start, not a great jump off the line, you were still fourth coming out the first corner. When you're on the third row of the grid, if you get a bad start, all of a sudden you're engulfed back and your race is over. So it allows you that freedom to get not a great start.
Well, we just saw Joel Kelso, who's in that situation, 13th, going to be mid-pack, and round here, I imagine, getting into that short run to turn one, you know, that can be tricky, can't it?
Yeah, this is the hardest corner, first corner of the championship. Like you say, short drag, first gear, downhill, off-camber hairpin. I said it in commentary for the MotoGP race. I weren't trying to be funny. Whoever designed it was evil because it's like the worst first corner. You work all weekend and your race can be over in, what, 5 seconds. So you have to sort of be aggressive, but not too aggressive where you end up on your ear.
Let's see what's going to happen then as we prepare for our first race of the day, Moto3, along the front row of the grid. Just at the end there, you can see the pole man, Scott Ogden. Michael Laverty has gone to join Gavin Emmett. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, there was history made in the wet. Yeah.
It's the German Grand Prix for Moto3 here at the Sachsenring in Germany, and for the first time it's Scott Ogden on pole position. Alongside him is David Almanza, along then with Guidi Pini as well, piling in third position. David Munoz starts in fourth, Mauro Carpe in fifth, Adrian Fernandez takes sixth, Maximo Quiles takes seventh, with Cormac Buckerman in eighth, and Eddie O'Shea in ninth. Then it's Angel Becerra starting in 10th, Marcos Uritai in 11th, Jose Antonio Ueda in 12th, Joel Kelso 13th, Noah Deltweller in 14th, Valentin Peroni in 15th, Rusi Yamanaka 16th, Tayo Fodasato in 17th, Jacob Wulster in 18th, Nicola Cara in 19th, Leonardo Abruzio making his debut in 20th, alongside the 21st Takon Barassi. That's Riccardo Rossi, Stefano Neppa, Darren Sponger, and Lennox Fiumano as well, making his debut in the Moto3 category as they head off on the parade lap here for 24 laps, counting the warm-up, 23 in total for the race. There you can see the television compound. It's slightly unusual here at the circuit. It's both on the inside and outside of Germany, so the TV compound is actually at the last corner. So for Neil Hodson, who I presume has run up to the commentary box, it's going to take a while for him to get there as well. Let's check in with Gavin and Neil. For
Luca, we wish him well. Michael Laverty has made his way back down from the top paddock down to our commentary position as we get ready for this one. It's a tough one to call, with Scott Ogden saying there still a few damp areas in the final couple of corners.
Yeah, you can see this track has been a little slow to dry in some areas throughout the weekend. You need to be a little bit careful on those white lines, the curbs where a little bit of moisture may sit on the serrations, and then the last part of the lap, it's actually got proper damp patches. So the early laps, when you're in the group battle, there's bikes everywhere. It's difficult to see where it's tricky, where it's wet. They're just going to have to bed themselves in gently. But when does Moto3 races ever bed in gently? They're going to get stuck into this when the lights go out.
They're going to have to look after their tyres by the sounds of things, Michael. What does it mean, the fact that it's rained all yesterday and overnight, in terms of grip and using those tyres up?
Yeah, there's heavy rainfall as well. You can see those damp patches down into the braking zone.
And that's a favourite overtaking point.
Yeah, there is you can see where you can actually...
Yeah, the braking point then taking up with a lot of the water as we welcome you to the commentary box. We're almost set then for the Moto3 German Grand Prix here at the Sachsenring. 10 to the left, 3 to the right. It's an unusual circuit. Turns 1, 3 and 11, the only parts of this circuit that have the ability to go to the right. Everything else works to the left. Well, everybody's slotted into position now. The medical car at the back. There's actually more bikes on the Moto3 field than there will be on the MotoGP field later on. Just 18 will line up for the Grand Prix. Scott Ogden's on pole position for the first time. What can he do as the red lights come on here in Germany, and when they go out, lights out, we're underway. It's a good start from Ogden coming across in the inside line though. Brilliant start coming out of absolutely nowhere from David Almanza. David Munoz going to go to the inside line towards turn 1. Ogden's going to lead in, and Almanza gets forced out as well by the KTM. That's over Carpe throwing on the inside line into 1 and 2. He's dropped down into 3rd position. Ogden leads, Munoz in 2nd. Carpe from Buckerman up in as well. He's kept the position on the start, so great getaway from him. Becerras up as well. 5 places, moves up into 5th position. Ogden leads, but look at Munoz right behind him as we go uphill in towards turn 8 and 9. Literally just drop downhill and hope the bike stays underneath you. It's a dry track now. It's dried incredibly quickly here compared to the wet race we had this morning for the Red Bull Rookies Cup and the warm-up session. It's dried very, very quickly, as there we see that's Buckerman battling with Becerras. Maximilian Quiles in 6th position as well. Pini's dropped down as well into 7th place. Started 3rd. Bad start from him. Eddie O'Shea into 11th position. He's dropped 3 places as well. Furasato's up 4, but Scott Ogden still leading at the moment. But David Munoz is going to go late on the brakes, and Munoz taking the lead of the race. And there on the inside line, that's Quiles battling with Becerras, and Carpe is going to come back through on the inside. And Jose Antonio Rueda on there as well, trying to find a look on the inside. Into turn 13, back up over the line. Lap 1 complete of 23 then. And now down in towards turn number 1. This is the highest altitude spot of the circuit. You drop downhill into the braking zone for 1 and 2. Leading on the brakes, Scott Ogden just holding back. Doesn't want to have a lunge up the inside line just yet. So it really has been a wet, it was a wet qualifying dry race. So it's really sort of changed everybody's perspective. It's the first time we've had dry conditions for the Moto3 this weekend. They've always been early out as well. It's been struggling to get up to grips and temperature, so everyone's just letting loose a little bit more. Let's move on the inside. That's Fernandez passing Rueda. Look at that, Almanza down 8 places. Furasato up 6. Eddie O'Shea down 7. Noah Deltweller down 8 places in 22nd position at the moment, completely almost off the screen as they come through. Munoz leading though, and that's the advantage we've got at the moment, as this battle will continue on for the Moto3 German Grand Prix. And just holding on as they come back through. So not a bad getaway. We were expecting far, far worse early on in this stage of the race. But so far, so good as they come in towards turn 12. So don't touch the green too much. Munoz just going a little bit wide. No jump starts, say race controls. That's already a benefit. You can see the sector times coming up on the screen now as well. 1:26.929. That comes in from Maximilian Quiles, who set the fastest lap of the race so far. In towards turn number 1 then. Late on the brakes. Quiles gets on the inside line of Buckerman, so that's up into 3rd position. Ogden stays 2nd. A little bit of a sit up there as well. I'm trying to think. I think that came from... yeah, it did. It came from Jose Antonio Rueda. He's lost out a couple of places now, as well as side by side coming through. That's Pini trying to get through on the inside line. So Almanza Fernandez still running in 8th and 9th position, and now Almanza moves ahead of Rueda. Timing screen updates finally. Look at the red sector times that are happening so far on the Delta screens. 0.5 of a second, then they've pulled out the front, Munoz and Ogden. They're still in a battle between each other at the front of the field. Can Scott just take it easy and think about where he needs to throw the bike in on the inside line? He's getting very close, coming in towards turn 11. He's going for the outside line. That's brave from Scott. If he can drag it down the hill, you can't. The outside line into turn 11 is the suicidal move. It's going to round the outside, and a tight right-hander drops downhill. A little bit of a wide there for Maximo Quiles as well, who won his first race at Mugello in only his 3rd Grand Prix start in Moto3. He's not someone to be underestimated. On board with Alvaro Carpe running in 5th position as they come over the line. That's Jacob Woolstone, 1:26.598. Fast up of the race. Quiles on the inside line, getting out of Ogden. He's going to run in wide. Scott's going to have to come back and defend hard from Becerras. He's done just that. So now we've got 4 running at the front. We've got a yellow flag in the first sector. Can't see who's dropped at the moment. We'll get that in a second. Look at the battle. Scott Ogden's been forced out there. Tried to go through on a move for Quaylas, and then Paqueras just get back through on the inside. So yellow flags out. Oh, it's Eddie O'Shea. And Michael Laverty's going to be a bit disappointed with that one, I can tell. Oh, and Abruzio. Now, that tells me that it's separate accidents. They were running in different parts of the field. I can't. No, that's got to be. Let's have a look. Into 1 and 2. Oh, don't tell me it is. No, it is separate accidents. Yeah, it's now that's interesting. So Eddie O'Shea fell first, and then Leonardo just dropped it on entry. I don't know if that was inexperience or not, but look at the battle we've got going out the front. This is typical Moto3. They'll be in a yellow flag zone shortly. I think that was just dropping it. It could be on a damp patch. But yeah, just a little bit more to be found as I come across the line then. Trying to work out, I think we've got, it's at least down to Ueda. Yeah, it is, because Almanza has just dropped back a little bit out of the battle, so we've got 9 riders in the hunt. Carpe's been given a long lap penalty for causing a collision, so the 83 running in 4th position is going to be having to do the long lap. Let's take a look at the start then. So, brilliant start from Scott Ogden. Fantastic getaway from David Munoz as they come through on the inside line. And apparently, Maximo Quaylas has taken the lead of the race. According to our timing screen, he has passed David Munoz. Yes, he has. So a lead change at the front as there was contact, and off wide went Maximo Quaylas, getting forced out by, that would have been Alvaro Carpe, and that's the contact that's given him a long lap penalty. It's weird the stewards have decided that you need to get a penalty for a lap 1, turn 1 contact. That's usually a bit more forgiven. But the stewards are unpredictable at the moment. As Carpe now running with one leg off the bike. And here and there we go. Straight on for the long lap penalty at turn. Oh, he's touched the green at the last corner. He'll have to do it again. I don't think that was a successful long lap penalty. It says it's been complete on our timing monitor. Whether or not the stewards agree with that is a different question. Yeah, the sensors say it is. If the stewards agree, that's a different matter. Yellow flag again, sector 1. If this is turn 1 again. Is it so? No, it's not. Carpe. Yeah, out go. Oh, it's Caro. He's going to have to come into the pit lane. And this is where I agree with Simon Patterson on. We've now got a damaged motorcycle where there's visible bodywork hanging off with gravel in it, and he's been allowed to get back on the bike to just return to the pit lane to retire. It's pointless. If you crash, you're out. You shouldn't be able to pick the bike up. It should be the same rule you have in British Superbikes. MotoGP are so far behind with rider safety and etiquette. It's unbelievable. It really, really is. Even in the World Superbikes, it's behind as well. On the inside line, that's for Sato. He's got ahead of Scott Ogden, so he's now in 4th position. Maximo Quaylas in the lead at the moment. Sato's on the inside line, and Paqueras makes it through at turn 13 on the inside line. Drifts out wide, and now Munoz in seconds under pressure. Feel sorry for Scott Ogden, first ever pole position. Just couldn't capitalise on it. If he was hoping for wet weather, it didn't come for wet weather, sadly. As a move on the inside line into turn 1. That's Fernandez trying to have a look on the inside line as well. So Adrian Fernandez moving up a couple of places. Woolstone's up into 10th position as well. Lap 7 of 23 as they come through. So, still going. Oh, 4 wide! Mid-corner at turn 6 and 7. That's more like it. Munoz, Paqueras, Sato, Yamanaka, all changes through for Sato. Has taken 2nd position on the inside line. Maximo Quaylas still on the front of the field, holding on. David Munoz in 3rd position. Now going to try and re-energise and hold back and capitalise now. The right-hander is looking on the inside. Like, look at it, he's dialed in. The top three are literally connected as they move now down in towards turn 12 on the inside. That's Rueda getting through on Yamanaka. On the inside line, Ogden's dropped back even further. Furusato takes second position. Munoz down to third. Over the line we go to start lap 8 of the race. So far, so good then at the moment as they come in towards the braking zone for turn number 1. Let's check in with our commentary team. Back with TNT as they enter the first corner as we go start the Formula E. A little bit wide further back on the inside line. Piqueras making the move.
More chaotic in recent times. There's not really a lot of thought process in terms of race form. Maybe Jose Antonio Rueda thinks about the race as an overall, whereas the rest of these guys just attack. Yeah, and
Yamanaka does just that. Piqueras also. They both make moves in turn 1. Munoz will reclaim third spot back from Piqueras. But yeah, it is pass or be pass, isn't it? That's just the moniker for this Moto3 class. As Quiles a little bit deep down there at the Omega, but he can control things from the front.
Carpe's not out of this. He's lapping 6/10 faster than the leader last time around. He's easily going to make contact. He's only 1.4 back off the rear of the group, so assuming he doesn't get another penalty for that long lap loop, he'll be back in the battle at the front before too long.
Yeah, it's a front group of 15 covered by 1.5 seconds. That's how tight it is. And then at Carpe, another 1.4 behind, but closing at a pace. It's now 1.1 and only 3 seconds behind the leader.
Furusato looks good, just sat in third. If you remember the race here last year, it was so controlled, so much turning over the others. He didn't win it across the line, but he was the fastest on the day, and yeah, he looks like he's got himself into a good position from the 6th row of the grid. Tayo, he doesn't mind the bad qualifying, he always finds his way to the front.
Quiles leads, Munoz second. Behind him, Tayo Furusato. Again, Quiles over the top of the curbs. As we come to the line, Guido Pini just got through on Scott Ogden there for 8th place, Ogden back to 9th, and Jacob Ralston has got up to 10th place, and Ralston started 18th. Oof, that was tight there, wasn't it, between Andrew and Fernandez? Oh, and something's got the belly.
Big one for Fernandez. Huge accident. I will not be surprised at all if that needs to be a red flag. I would really not. That's a big one if it's damaged the air fence. Fernandez walks away okay. The bike pulled out. Right, let's take a look. So this is down into turn 3 on the inside line, and he's gonna. Well, it's not bad into 1, so it's a right-hander. So that's the right one. Clips the side. Oh, and there goes his end plate. Yeah, so that's where that's fallen off. And on the inside of 3, because he's now got maximum air hitting him, as soon as he turns into the right, he's got no stability, and down you go. Well, I'm glad to see that won't be a red flag because it's not actually as big as we thought it was. So, good stuff already. Maximo Cuelas, though, leading the race at the moment.
Yes, it could have been. You don't break a lot down into the Omega, but it could have been no brakes, perhaps. There is that chance, but yeah, something not right there for Fernandez as he tipped in for Furusato up the inside of Munoz at the final corner. 2 feisty riders together.
Across the line we go again, and now Ralston has made his way. Just have a look at the number 12. I like Jacob Ralston as a racer, you know. Turns up, doesn't he, on a Sunday?
He does, and he's aggressive, subtly so. That's very wide into turn 1.
Yeah, Yamanaka, who was challenging Quiles, goes wide, so Quiles holds on. But yeah, Ralston just behind Pini now. Having an excellent ride from 18th. He's turning underneath Pini up towards turn 4.
Made some good progress in the last few laps. Changed to blue boots, quite distinctive on a more or less all orange bike.
I like it. Means we can spot him.
Yeah.
Helps us.
It does when you've got 4 Red Bull KTMs out on the track. It looks like Buchanan's just lost touch a little bit of this group. It may well be a 12 bike battle at the front here.
That was aggressive, wasn't it, from Jose Antonio Rueda, making his presence felt in front of David Munoz. It's Yamanaka leading. Quiles in second, Furusato third, Rueda is in 4th place, then it's David Munoz in 5th. Yamanaka, oh, he just made sure there was no way through. But Quiles, late on the brakes. was a group opening up, isn't there? Perrone is 12th, and a slight gap to Marcos Uriarte and Cormac Buchanan, with Carpe coming with them.
Yeah, I think if Carpe can get to the front of this group, he should be able to drag Uriarte and maybe Cormac back across.
He's just at a 126.7. Oh, here we go. Again, Yamanaka's bike is running well, isn't it? Out of that final corner, again got past Quiles, but again, the youngster reclaims the lead once more.
Yamanaka, no ill effects of riding a superbike in the break. He's been back in Japan testing. He will race the Suzuki 8 Hours in Japan at the end of this month. It's an interesting dynamic going from Moto3 to superbike.
Just ever so slightly different.
Just a little, but yeah, he's been fast on it by all accounts.
There was Ralston and Ogden, 9th and 10th.
Almanza's been a little quiet. Obviously got nerfed aside at the start of the race, but whether he's got something, and we know it's going to be a bit of a tyre wear race, maybe Almanza could come to the front in the latter laps.
Yeah, still not had a podium this year in his move to the Leopard team, David Almanza. So I wonder, could today be the day? He's at the back of this group, but did start from the front row of the grid. His teammate, of course, has crashed by the wayside. David Munoz has backed up what he said to Nat on the grid, hasn't he? He's not been wild, he's not been crazy at the start, kept his counsel, and he's right in the mix there. Just, I think for Munoz, as this race goes on, liking what I'm seeing, he's just involved there behind the championship leader, Jose Antonio Rueda. And if you're near Rueda on track, you're probably not far from doing things right.
Yeah, I think with Munoz taking the victory in Aragon, another mistake in turn 1 for Quiles, is Yamanaka regains the lead of this race. But yeah, certainly Munoz taking the victory in Aragon as he squirts up the inside of Quiles in the Omega.
Again, Piqueras is really strong through that turn 3. He makes a position. Rueda, has he gone through to take the lead of this race? He has, you know, over the top. A little bit of extra gas through 4 and 5. He gets in front of Yamanaka now. Can Rueda dictate the pace of this race? Just saw Joel Kelso starting to make moves, who had to pass a medical this morning to be fit for this one. So he's having a great ride, the Aussie in 8th.
Up to 7th now, made his way through on Tini. But yeah, Kelso was doing a big enough crash at the end of qualifying. We didn't see it yesterday, but passed the medical, and he's making his way forward here. The adrenaline pumping through the veins. You can see the number 66 machine just in behind these two. He got checked up there with the overtake from Piqueras into turn 12.
Look at them starting to get a little bit more aggressive for Osato, just again checking himself through that final corner. When they cross now, we're getting to the halfway point of this race. 11 laps down.
Out goes Barassi.
12 to go. And Yamanaka.
Yeah, Yaman just holding the front of the field at the moment as the battle goes on. We've started the Formula E coverage for Megan's taking you through that one. Don't forget, we've also got the World Superbikes Super Pole race coming up shortly as well. We're going to try and do that half and half, with half me, half TNT team. Could be a bit interesting as we get ready, but we'll see how that works, because that starts at 11 and Moto2 starts at 11:15. Lap 13 of 23, 11 laps to go. Yamanaka leads with Munoz in second, Rueda in third, and now on the inside, that's about to change because Rueda gets through on the inside line on David Munoz for second position. Munoz is literally centimetres away from his front tyre, touching the rear tyre. He's got back on the inside line at the same time. Maximo Cuelas having a battle with Sato over fourth position over the line. So we've got the breakaway group now. It goes, it's hard to tell actually how far back. It's at least, I think, down to 14th, no, 15th. 50, the entire points paying positions of Moto3 are in contention to win this race. 15 riders are in this leading battle. That is just mad. Still closing on again. As Yamanaka, Munoz, Rueda, Sato, Cuelas, Piqueras, Kelso. Even Petey's coming through at the moment. Hearing that there might be more rain coming in for the MotoGP. Let's try to find that. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so we're in an interesting position. Oh! Update for the World Superbike fans. Alex Lowe's has been declared unfit after warm-up due to worsening symptoms from the ankle sprain and contusion he sustained in race 1. We wish him a speedy recovery. So he started on the front row of the grid in third. He got contact at the first corner. Alex and Sam went down, and Alex is out of it. That would be a long lap penalty, but I haven't got anything coming through on our timing monitor. Furasato's gone a bit too deep there. He's going to let Quaylas go through on the inside line. Still in a battle between them now. Apparently JT has taken a picture so good that the admin for the Army Flying Museum wants to use it. There we go. If you're wondering where JT is, he's now on holiday. After 3 weeks and 2 weeks non-stop of Wimbledon, he's now on holiday for 2 weeks. I think Omi's on holiday after next week, and then I'm on holiday August the 8th. So we all get a week off. Yay! I'm not doing Portland. Or whatever, wherever NASCAR is. We all get time off. That reminds me, I really need to ring Maddie. On the inside line, that's going to be Rueda making his way past Furasato for third position. Yellow flag, sector 4. Well, we've just gone through there, so... Oh, it's Almanza dropped back. Almanza's crashed. A day goes from bad to worse for David Almanza. He's up and walking away. The front one just buckled on entry. Let's have a look. Oh, it's hard to tell from that angle. I'd say yes, judging by the lack of speed he was travelling at. He hasn't even ripped his leathers. Just an unfortunate situation that keeps on reappearing. Yamanaka in the lead, Munoz in second. So a lead change. Yamanaka, if he wins this race, it will be thoroughly deserved. Up 15 places from where he started this one. Lap 16 of 23. On board with Rueda. Trying to have a look on the inside of Maximo Quaylas. Still nothing there, unfortunately, at the moment. Try and change the overall positionings. Both out for Leopard Racing. Quaylas makes a double overtake. Hello, guys, but I've got the YouTube chat open now. Managed to minimise the Mac because we're on a literally. The usual setup we have is not what we've got right now. It's all being powered through the MacBook and one tiny bus mixer. Because Megan's in the main setup covering the Formula E qualifying session. But that's the beauty of being able to use browser sources for our graphics. It just means we can go anywhere with it now. On the inside, yeah, we could. Yeah. Could do it from the top of Blackpool Tower if I wanted to. Bit drafty though. Yamanaka leading by a tenth of a second. Quaylas passes for Sato. And this is just going to be it. With 7 laps to go, it's going to be that calm it down, save the tyres, because these Pirelli tyres are still very, very, very... Oh, there we go. Here's exactly what I was about to say. For Sato, the front twitches. Look at that. It's bucking underneath him. Furasato is not having a great front end tyre, like it just keeps giving away. If you overuse these Pirelli tyres, they will overheat and you will drop very, very quickly. And Furasato has just done 2 fantastic saves. It's put him into 8th position at the moment. As David Munoz now trying to get through. It's going to be the Yamanaka, Rueda or Munoz. 3 in the fight, I'd say, as they go 3 wide. Down in towards turn 12. Predictably a left-hander. As I said, just 3 to the right and 10 to the left as they come in towards turn 13. It's quite weird how this track actually works. It doesn't make any sense. Everybody looks at it and goes, if you hear 10 left, 3 right, it doesn't make a circuit. but somehow it does work at this place. It's unbelievable. Say again? The right hand's literally out, they just loop you back around. It doesn't really change that much. Like here, look, we're going through now, right-hander at turn 3. Loops you back up before going wide. Yamanaka, and Rueda takes the lead of the race. So Yamanaka, that looked a bit tactical. He just wants to sit in behind and not lead out front for a while. As Maximo Cuellas passed again now on the outside line. Checking some information. So 9 now in the fight. Ogden's got a gap of 0.3 of a second to Buckerman. Look at this, Munoz on the inside line down towards turn 12. Can't find a way through. So the gap, oh brilliant round the outside. Furusato's found his mojo back. He's not going to let those that damaged front tyre hold him up for too much longer. Still on the push as they rise up the hill and over the line once more. Lap 19 of 23, 5 laps to go. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. Yamanaka retakes the lead of the race, going to force Rueda out wide. Munoz tries to come back underneath him as well. An outside maneuver to 2 is not going to work out. 1 right-hander, 3 right-hander, lefts now continuously until turn 11. 4 to 10 left-handers as they come through, and that's out wide for Yamanaka. Rueda sweeps back underneath as well, pulls the throttle ever so slightly, and now just open it up and full throttle downhill through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all just continually after each other in predictably a bit more dangerous positions as well because of how the altitude changes. It's up and down constantly as well. This track, we say Portimao's like a roller coaster. Sachsenring is the roller coaster on this circuit, especially as you get out of turn 11. Right-hander for the first time. Someone's gone down in my ears. A seal on the inside line. It's Maximo Cuellas getting ahead of Furusato. Into the braking zone on the inside line now for turn 12. Munoz takes ahead of Yamanaka. The holding back once more. It's brilliant pack racing. It's annoying pack racing because it's going to be a side-by-side at the line. And you know it's coming. Well, that's it. He's picked his Maximo Cuellas. He's now going around the outside line. And Munoz off into the gravel trap. 2 down. And one of them is Scott Ogden. Scott Ogden is out of the race as Yamanaka breaks himself into turn 1 and drops all the way down into 12th now. Correction, 16th position. He's out of the leading battle. Out goes Scott Ogden. Well, that's a shame for pole position. He was running in the hunt, but it's just that vortex effect you get. So let's take a look on the inside. So Yamanaka outbrakes himself from 4th position. And then Scott Ogden does exactly the same, and there's the vortex effect. He just gets sucked into the air. And there he goes down there on the inside line. So watch, Ogden, he's already out of shape into the braking zone. And then he's going off, and then just gets caught in the negative air from everybody else. And down he goes, mid-corner at 1. Rueda leads, Munoz 2nd, Cuellas 3rd, Kelso 4th, Furusato 5th. As they exit now, don't touch that last corner. Now they've taken the green away at the last corner there, but if you still touch the black line, you will get a penalty on that last lap. In towards turn 1. Cuellas being followed by the 66, that's Joel Kelso, who's now being reminded about where he is on the timing screen. Wonderful atmosphere here at the German Grand Prix. 3 laps to go. Maximo Cuellas in 3rd. It's just going to be a hold it down kind of race and just breathe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that could force the error. Just calm it down. Furasato's looking quite quick as they come over now into the braking zone at 8. Oh, that's beautiful on the inside line. Forces Kelso out wide. Furasato now sets off after the leaders. Look how much he's already gained, about 0.2 of a second mid-corner. Furasato is back in the hunt with 3 to go. It's going to be 2 to go shortly. Out of 12. And look at Munoz around the outside line, and now he's under attack from Maximo Cuelas, who takes 2 into 1. Fabulous move from Maximo Cuelas, but runs it wide onto the black stuff. Drops back into 3rd, now 4th as Furasato comes through. Lack of talent there to keep it on. Speed was there, but not enough to remember to brake and slow it down. Andrew Pequeras still a 1:26.547 as the fastest lap. 2 to go. Cuelas on the inside line now gets ahead of Furasato. Meantime, that's Caro passing around the outside of Kelso. And Rueda's still in the race. The man has won more Moto3 races this year than any other. Might be on for yet another race victory. Caro's 4 laps down. It's Carpe in 5th. Sorry. It is ridiculous. Car and car. And there's 2 different names. You go on instincts. It's like Max Verstappen used to be VES because Jean-Eric Verne used to be VER. And now they've changed it. I think Verstappen's now VER again? I'm not entirely, I can't remember, but it's just ridiculous when you've got 2 people the same name and they just keep the 3-letter abbreviation. You're right, it's Carpe in 6th position. And it's just a Caro being farther up the field. Don't like the new graphics pack from Moto3, to be fair. It's too Formula 1. It's even the same, it's exactly the same graphics pack, really, as Formula 1. This is now where, if I was David Munoz, I'd practice the inside lunge at the last corner. Several drivers have challenged it, but that was Dennis Onchu's move a couple of years ago here in a stunning overtake to win. This is the last lap then of the Moto3 German Grand Prix. Onto the braking zone, Munoz going early. That's going to take Rueda out wide. Cuelas is going to be right there, but Furasato senses an opportunity. Sweeps through into 2nd position. Rueda's there on the inside line. He's going to try and hold it into 3. 3 wide we go, because on the inside comes Maximo Cuelas. They're going to crash if they're not careful. Furasato's backed off into 4th position. David Munoz has the lead of the race. I don't think Rueda's going to be too pleased about that. Now coming through. Carpe's in the mix, back on the inside line, just touching the back of Furasato, and they've got at the front. So it's Munoz and Rueda. Challenge. Is David Munoz really going to win another Moto3 race just after winning his first? No, because there goes through Rueda. Back on the inside at turn 8. Into 9. 10. 11. Now sweeps back through. There's 10. Here's 11. Downhill. Cuelas still in the mix, so is Furasato. 2 corners left then in the Moto3 German Grand Prix, and they're all now going to concertina up. Furasato can't trail it in. Only one goal. Furasato's dropped it. Furasato drops it mid-corner. 1 corner left then, but Cuelas touches the black stuff. That's going to be a penalty. Diving through on the inside. There goes David Munoz. He's made the Dennis Onchu move. It's a drag race to the line, and it's David Munoz winning again in Moto3. Cuelas in 2nd, but did touch the black line. He went off track. That should be a penalty. Rueda in 3rd, Pequeras 4th. What a fantastic run, but that Furasato accident. The doctors are with him. He's sat up in the gravel trap. He's getting up now. Unfortunately, by the way, that's not just a very tall woman. She is the world champion in luges, Julia, but she's standing on a box. There's a raised platform here in the Saxon Ring in order to get the checkered flag out. And David Munoz picks up a Borja Gomez flag. The rider who was tragically killed in a pre-test at Manicourt, left unattended for 10 minutes. Due to the lack of medical officials at the circuit pre-weekend on a Thursday. There's a lot of anger in the paddock about it as well this weekend. As the checker flag comes through, we're going to need that remote somewhere. It's not here. No, I need the thingy remote. So I'm having to reach out with my bad arm, and it's a bit hurting there. There we go. Nope, wrong one. What's the microphone? There we go. So, not a bad race result in total. That was predicted for David Munoz to take the race win, to be fair. Maximo Reyes in second. It looks like he's going to keep that race victory. Not seeing anything that's going to change on the overall monitor there as well. So, Munoz, Crelas, Rueda, Piqueras, Carpe in 5th. Kelso, Pini. Look at Jacob Ralston up 10 places. Great from him. Buckerman from Unitai. Dennis Foggia up to 11th, up 13 places. Peroni, Nepa, Rossi, and Yamanaka getting the last points position. Interesting at the moment then. So, we're going to head off now to all the action from the Super Pole race for World Superbikes, and then we will be back for the Moto2 German Grand Prix at 11:15. You can join us here for all of the action. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye.